Sure, so my name is Leah Nolan. I'm a junior in Aerospace Mechanical Engineering and I won the Humanitarian Award. Outside of classes, I'm involved in the NanoSet program. I'm a program manager there. I've been involved with Society of Women Engineers, Women in Science and Engineering, the Students for Exploration and Development of Space, and I've also helped out with the Dean's Office when they do the Science Elementary program. I was referred to a summer camp that actually took place at UB my junior year of high school, so I figured why not. Came on and I had time of my life here, and we worked in a team and built styrofoam drones. And after that I figured, I think this is what I want to do. So then I came on to UB with just mechanical because I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with it yet. I joined the NanoSat lab and realized that aerospace really is my place, and so I then changed the double major. So when I first came into school, I thought of engineering as just people who are like inventors and people who just build things. And alright, so that was something we could start with. But now looking forward, I see engineers not necessarily as inventors, but more like problem solvers, where not every single engineer is out to invent something, but really to solve a problem. What it's about is training your mind to think in a different way that you can solve these really tough problems that no one else wants to solve. I grew up in a family that was very dedicated to community service. Growing up, my mom was always involved in like the PTO and things like that, and she helped like run my Girl Scout troop, so she was very involved. And my father was also a volunteer fireman. The legacy began with my grandfather in like the 1970s, and since my uncles, my dad, my cousins, and now I and my sister are both firemen, or firefighters rather. It was just something that we grew up with. I grew up in a family that was dedicated to service, and it was just made sense to want to help others. And engineering is about the problem solving, so it's about solving this problem that someone else needs a little bit of help, and so I kind of find that as my duty as an engineer in a way. When I first came into engineering, one of the things that inspired me into it was the firefighting. There's a lot of different tools and mechanisms like the jaws of life that are like mechanically based. And I thought, it'd be super cool to like go into that. Lo and behold, it's a much smaller industry than I thought. So I'm not too sure about that anymore, but even still, I plan on going into industry, working probably more in the space and defense programs. And then outside of work, I still do plan on doing things like outreach. Problems are endless in the world. We're never going to run out of them. But I think simply put, everyone has their little bit of I want to change the world. For me, the humanitarian, the outreach, that's about, helping to inspire and enable that spark in somebody. And I think that's really what engineering is all about.